Welcome to all platforms, to groups. I'm Miss Wilson, and I am your lecturer, your mentor, and your teacher. We're going to talk about leadership in this session. For one, the system of the world is not working anymore. So we're going to focus on leadership built to last. When the storm and the pressure and everything else have hit you, are you still standing? I don't think we have more tragic fall leadership than in the past 2-3 decades. We have Martha Stewart walking around with brace on her legs from prison, one of the most successful businesswomen in the world. No, we're just, backing up just a little. This is very important. She went to jail for compromising standard. And then, of course, we have the company like Hebron, where the executive has been put in prison because they stole money. I mean, these were already millionaires. Why would they steal money? Well, corruption in the mind. So therefore, corruption is in the activities. And these were people that was leading economically. And then we have, of course, Catholic priests, pastors, who have been guilty of abusing little boys and girls. I mean, these are the people that's supposed to be protecting children. But our leaders are falling. And now Catholic priests, pastors has been on trial, put in prison. Some been sued. What kind of leaders are we following? And then we got government leaders who have been put on trial for their own political disaster. Some of them has been put on trial because they stole from their own treasury. Others put on trial because they abuse the human they're supposed to protect by killing people. I mean, what kind of world are we looking at? So in every arena, look at it. You have economics, you have religion, you have politics. Our leaders have failed us. Matter of fact, many churches around the world are suffering from leaders who are guilty of compromise, infidelity, corruption, not even financially, but morally. What a tragedy. Now, who do we follow when all of this is over? When pressure hit these people, I think they just fold up under the pressure. We need leaders who are stable. You see, a lot of people see leaders come and they're like novas. What is novas? They start so bright. They start with something and then it just dies. We need people who are steady, consistent. They can go through a hurricane and come out still strong. Go through a tragedy and come out still strong. People abandon them and they're still working by themselves. We need a leadership that is built to last. What we need to focus on is how do we develop strong leadership. Strong, stable leadership. Right? That's what we're going to focus on. How to develop strong, stable leadership. As a matter of fact, here is what I want to deal with this morning. I want to deal with understanding the construction of a development. We're talking about building people, building your leadership character. Focus on building sure construction. You see, the beauty of a building, beautiful building are not secure by the beauty of the building. It is secure by the foundation. The most important part of any building is the foundation. And that is why the foundation is always laid first. More money is put in the foundation than the building itself. The foundation is the key to any building. You see, the chandeliers and the wall and the paint, the golden doorknobs, that doesn't impress the government at all. What impresses them is the foundation. Once there's a crack in the foundation, that's where the problem lies. You see, the value of a building is in the foundation. You should write that down. The key to success in any construction is the foundation. Now, most of us, we go after beauty, but we need to go after stability. Condemnation comes when you destroy the foundation. fancy chandeliers in their lives, or beautiful outward appearance, or flashy styles and personality. Don't trust that stuff. You want to know, what are they built on? Where are they coming from? What was their foundation structure? As a matter of fact, let me put it this way, this is very important, so you gotta listen up. Do you know that when God built the human race is a construction, and God laid the foundation of the human race? What was that foundation? It was a man. The first human God created was a male, and he put the male on the bottom of the entire human structure, which forever has established that the male in society is the foundation of the entire human society. The male, not the female. God don't only lay the male first, but he also gave the male all the instruction first. As a matter of fact, God never really spoke to Eve. If you read your Bible carefully, he gave the man all the instruction so he can teach the woman. Every instruction was given to the male about the trees, about the command, about naming of the animals. All of that was given to the male. The male was given all the information first. Then, when that was finished, God says, it is not good for this man to be alone. So the woman came from the soil. She came out of the man. She came out on top of the man. The female actually built on top of the man. So the concept you've been taught behind every good man is not scriptural. It's actually in front of every good man is a good woman. That's a biblical structure. You see, we keep changing the structure. Okay, let me put it this way. If the woman is behind you, then when life attacks you and pushes you down, you're going to land on top of the woman. Can you imagine the whole foundation land on top of the woman? That is exactly what is going on today. It's supposed to be reverse. When life attacks the woman and pushes the woman, she falls on a firm foundation. That's why single mothers are catching hell right now. Look around. There's so many single mothers going through hell right now because there are no foundation to hold the pressure. We need to talk about the family structure because that is important the next couple of months, weeks. Yeah, it's very important to talk about the family structure. I mean, if you study Satan and his tragedy for destruction, Satan was not interested in Eve. That was not his interest. His interest was that man, but he couldn't get to the man. So he got to the influence of the man, and he haven't changed his tactics since, because it worked for him. Every great man that has ever fallen was fallen by a woman. All of them. We can start from Adam. We go to Abraham. Abraham compromised because of a woman. She made him sleep with his maid. I mean, after God spoke to him, a woman let him listen to her over God. The power of a woman influence. Elijah was a man who called on fire from heaven and burned up 800 prophets. But one woman made him run and hide in a cave. The power of a woman. David has killed tens of thousands, but one woman got him. Can I go on? Jimmy Swaggart, man of God, win 10,000 to Christ. One woman got him. Jim Baker, founder of Christian television. One woman got him. President Clinton. One woman got him. When you destroy the foundation, then the whole house crumbles. The Bible didn't say by one woman sin entered. When Eve saw the tree, nothing happens. When she picked the fruit, nothing happens. When she bit the fruit, nothing happened. When she chewed it, nothing happened. When she swallowed it, nothing happens. Why? That was the windows and the doors and the beautiful chandeliers. But when she took it to her husband, the foundation, the power of a foundation, it says when he took it, he hated it. And the next word says immediately. But Adam knew all the command. Remember, Eve don't know all the command. Adam was supposed to tell Eve all of this command. Now, if I know something not good because I know the ins and out of it, why would I take it and eat it because someone gave it to me? Shouldn't I be resistant to it? But anyway, let us just continue. And so when we talk about leadership, we're going to focus on understanding value and the importance of foundation. Now, I have a little thought here that I want you to write down in your notes. Build or to rebuild. Because when you talk about building, you gotta be careful. Building implies something new. I didn't come here to talk about new buildings. When you talk about building strong leadership, I didn't come here to give you new materials to build out of. That's important because I am not in the business of building. I am in the business of rebuilding. To build meaning that you are using new material. God is not interested in building. He is focused on rebuilding. He's in the business of restoration. He's in the ministry of reconciliation. He's in the business of restoration. Or should I say the ministry of restoration? Reviving, not viving. Redeeming, not deeming. Recompense, not compensation. He's in the business of renewing your mind, not giving you a new mind. If you're following, comment and let me know. He's not in the business of warding, but rewarding. He wants us to repent, not pent. Then he wants us to recover, not cover anything. He wants us to recover what we have lost. And so we're in the business of rebuilding. This session is more like an ancient wisdom. It's older than man. It came from the source. You see, what causing us to lose leadership effectively, it's because we're embracing new principles, new system, which are not proven. All they do is bring destruction. So we're in the business of not building but rebuilding. In Genesis chapter 6 verse 13. So God said to Noah, this is how you are to build it. God didn't just tell Noah to go build a boat. He also gave him specific instruction as to how to build it. So here's another statement that I thought was interesting. In the book of Psalms 127 verse 1, and it says, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build. Except the Lord keep the city, even the policemen, the security guards, the soldiers, they're weak in vain. The city won't be secure. It just wouldn't be secure. That's why there's crime every night, every day, every second, every minute, every hour. Why? Because they try to build a system based on their philosophy, their principles, and it's not working because God have a way that he builds. God is in the business of leadership, of restoring everything. Restoration. Let's talk about restoration very quickly. I'm going to give you a list right now. These are the lists you need to restore something. God is in the business of restoring human, restoring leadership principles, restoring leadership method, restoring leadership philosophies. He's in the business that restoring everything that was lost before. So God is in a restoration business. How do you restore something? Well, first of all, in order to restore anything, to rebuild it, you have to get the original blueprint. It's very important.